So here we are in Shimbashi. This is one of the big hubs of the city of Tokyo. That's Shiodome over there. This is the old steam locomotive plaza. You can see it with the train right there. This is a very famous area. And then you got the time and the temperature, which is freaking hot right now. But the humidity is not as bad as it used to be back in summer. But it feels like it's 90 degrees. It really does. I'm kind of sad because this building, the new Shimbashi building, is not going to be here for too much longer. It's slated for destruction. This entire area is going to be renovated probably in a year or two. The plans have already been drawn up, so it's going to be sad to say goodbye to all this, especially this building here. If you haven't gotten a chance to go inside there, definitely do, because it might be your last time. This is like the old Showa era inside there. They still have like these old massage areas and old game arcades and things like that. They're gonna be tearing it down. I did a video last year and we talked about the plans, and I looked online and I found out that renovations are gonna start, so that's kind of sad, but never mind that. Today we're gonna be leaving from this area and walking over to Yurakucho, which is one of my favorite areas in Tokyo. And I'll probably get a vending machine drink on the way because it's so freaking hot. But every time I do this walk, something new has popped up. There's some new business. Here's a taiyaki shop. Oh, wow. So they have a red bean paste, sweet potato, and premium custard. I probably would take the red bean's probably the best. That's the traditional one. And they have green tea ice cream. Wow, it's interesting. They make them old style. You can see them there, using the hot iron molds. It smells so good. I'm not hungry. I just had lunch, literally. Me and my friend Roger, he's one of the comedians at Pirates of Tokyo Bay. We had this burger for lunch at the Ale Works. Actually, this was in Yurakucho. Look at that big piece of bacon in there, and cheese and bread, and there's Roger right there, he's filming. I was like, are you filming the burger? He goes, no, I'm filming you. I was like, okay, well, I better say something witty and interesting. We're gonna be following that right there, the Yamanote line, walking under it, around it, next to it, in this direction towards Yurakucho. Now you could go this way. It's not really that interesting to walk this way, but if we walk the other way, you can go through what's called Ginza corridor, which is filled with restaurants. If you're staying in your hotels in this area, that's a great place to go out after 6 p.m. And these days you probably want to get a reservation, but maybe we should walk that way because it seems to be the most interesting. There's the entrance to the Ginza line of the Shimbashi station. It's actually S-H-I-M-B-A-S-H-I, but if you wrote S-H-I-N, I've seen it written like that too. It's just semantic. Honestly, it doesn't really matter. It's hard. If you look on Google Trends searches, it's 50-50 between the two. This is kind of creepy. What? What the heck? Did you see this? What? Why is this even here? Okay. You always see something a little bizarre. That's new. That's new. Uchi Saiwaicho is that direction. We're gonna follow the train tracks this way through Ginza. Let's see if anything's changed. Follow those tourists. Hey, pigeon, watch out. Thank you. Yesterday, Leo and I we're trying to get the pigeons out of the middle of the road. We were shouting at them. They like to walk at the worst possible time in the worst places in Tokyo, and we just wanted to save their life. So I was teaching Leo how to think about other people. It's sometimes easier with pigeons. Think about the pigeons. Protect the pigeons. I don't know why, but in this building, these buses with Chinese tourists stop there, and they go and eat at one of these restaurants inside there. Maybe it's the one on the second floor. I don't know, but usually a mega bus of Chinese tourists come out. I remember eating a donut there last year, and I'd say like 50 Chinese tourists just came rushing by, running into the building there. So there's a Shinkansen going by, everybody. Woo! Next stop, Nagoya, or Shimbashi, Shinagawa. So we're now going underneath the Shitoko. This is the urban expressway that goes around Tokyo. If you ever try driving it, it will drive you crazy. It is super, super hard to do because it's like driving a very narrow highway. A lot of these buildings are going the way of the dodo bird. This one on the corner is gone. And some of those buildings with the maru, they've already been torn down. I did an episode about two months ago talking about the story of the billionaire real estate entrepreneur who bought property in Hawaii. He also bought a bunch of buildings that have been really run down since he passed away, I guess, and abandoned skyscrapers. I wouldn't call them skyscrapers, but they were abandoned. Just a couple of businesses in there. Certainly dangerous to be in, but maybe we'll see the remnants of them. It's cool because the Tokyo parking meters have always been like ahead of its time, but I'm just curious because this one takes coins. Usually they're all digital now, and they have these lasers and sensors, so when you do overstay, the sensors let the ticketers know so the ticketers can come right away and ticket you. So it's probably a good idea to not be late. The ticketers make sure that they get their money. I used to do this. Remember the ones in the US? Like they're very exact to the minute. There used to be one of those in the parking meters, those turn things. You'd have to put the coin in and turn it, and then it would register. Turn it, and it would register. And one of my teachers in college, was it college or high school? I don't remember. He said, put another quarter in there, but don't turn it, because the parking meter guy has to turn it to get the thing that says, out of time. But if you put a coin in there and didn't turn it, when he turns it, it gives you another 15 minutes, and the parking meter guys would curse, and they would have to go away because they actually. I thought that was a neat little hack, but now everything's digital and you can't do that anymore. So this area, I'm trying to be respectful. This area is called the Ginza corridor, and you'll find on the left and the right side lots of restaurants. This is underneath the expressway, so a lot of them have different facades, which are very interesting. I did not know that there was a post office here. Post office now take credit cards, which is very convenient. This is a wine bar. They open the doors up real wide, and it's kind of fun to come in and have a glass of wine, and with the city air all around you. There's not a lot of places in Tokyo like that. Have to wait for the traffic light here. They didn't wait for the traffic light. That's all right. Some people are in a hurry. It was great to see my friend Roger again. He helped me with the with an episode that I'm editing for a more comedic opening. He's a well, one of his many hats is a comedian, and he does a really good job with that. He's always hilarious, and he did a pretty good job playing a salary man. Follow that beer. Great cases of Ebis, Suntory. I didn't know that Ebis had so many different kinds of beer. The Sato Ichi, which is in the Sato Ichi, isn't it in the Hiroshima area? So it looks like sunshine and blue seas. I can understand that. It's interesting that Ebis has a restaurant here. I have never been. It's nice inside. I'm having a team meeting right now. That's new. Have you guys ever tried Japanese wine before? Japanese wine is little bit, it's not bad. Here's a shabu shabu restaurant. Look at this, blocks of kabto, blocks of Wagyu beef in the window. I like to see that. Wow, sugoi. That's like A5 cut slabs of Wagyu beef. Sure, the prices are pretty good. I guess this is the lunch set. Yeah, this is, I guess it's a lunch set. That's pretty cheap. Look at that. You get your, this entire table is a window. I'd be embarrassed to sit there. I bet you a lot of Japanese don't want to sit in that window. But Ginza corridor is pretty nice. It's nicer around 6 p.m. This restaurant, I'll take a lot of people visiting me, visiting Japan. I'll always take them here if I can. It's called Tofuro. They're very famous for their tofu, but it's an izakaya. It has a very old Japan feel to it. And if you go on the inside, you can feel that it has an old Japan look to it. There's a red bridge inside, I remember. It's very nice. And you see them in the evenings, they'll be making in this window soba. I said I'm thinking of the soba line. They'll make soba in here so you can see them film them making the soba noodles. Not right now, but yeah, they have a lot of good stuff. Basically all the stuff that you want to eat, you could try all the Japanese cuisine in one place. That would be an izakaya like this. They have a pretty good sake selection, sushi, and unagi, cold soba noodles, hayashi soba, and tofu. I think it's tofuro. Isn't it still tofuro? No, they changed it. Okay, so it's a sushi tofuro. It's pretty nice inside. They've got the autumn look to it, right? So I could recommend eating here if you are in Tokyo. You might want to make a reservation though, but if not, you probably just have to wait a little bit. It's not too bad. You know, Akita has a restaurant. I can tell you this. It's a sort of a secret spot. I don't know if it's a good idea, but to tell you, but there is a restaurant for Akita Prefecture. I think it's called Akita Namahage Restaurant. And at 9 p.m., the Namahage, this monster from the regional folklore monster, comes out. And you can take pictures with them, and they put on a little bit of a show. Oh, Namahage! It's a little bit creepy for kids, but there's an actual Akita Prefecture restaurant, and the food is really good. They have kibitampo, which is one of the local, look at these yakiniku grills here. It's interesting. Nobody in here yet. Lamb. So it's more of lamb is usually for Genghis Khan, like a Mongolian barbecue. That's really cheap. lamb meat. Lamb has a different odor to it. Some people don't like it. I don't mind it, but it's okay. They usually come in on like what looks like a helmet, because they said the Mongolian soldiers would take their metal helmets and put fire on it and then grill the meat on their helmets. It's just interesting. This hub, I haven't been here in a long, long time. This is like the expat bar. You see all the foreign English teachers and stuff inside of there. I do like, when you walk around, you can see the culture. A lot of it is written on these blackboards, the daily specials and stuff like that. It's nice. They put a lot of work into the artwork. Make it kind of fun. You can feel Japan in there. The gyusuji. Wow, there's some good looking cuisine on there, on that menu. That's Miyagi-gyu. Oyster bar. It's a lot of oysters. Wow, different kinds of oysters. It's a really hot day today. So this is the walk. It's supposed to take 18 minutes. It's probably gonna take us more like 25, probably. Maybe more. Here's the map. I could show you real quick as we're walking around here. So Shimbashi area is one of my favorite places to go. That's where I said bye to Roger, and we're doing this just as a kind of a fun walk between the two locations. Shimbashi being the old like 1960s, 70s, 80s throwback vibe, this town. It's going to be changing in the next couple of years, so I highly recommend, if you're coming to Japan, if you're a repeater to Japan, go in there to check it out one last time before you know, it does start to change and the construction starts. But we're walking along the rail line there towards Yurakucho station. It's really not that far away. It's one stop, 2 minutes on the train, but if you're walking, it's about you know, whatever time it takes there. Yurakucho is home to a lot of the prefectural shops, the International Forum. There's a Krispy Kreme there, but you can also go to the Hokkaido store and get some of the Hokkaido confections that you can't get anywhere else here in Yurakucho. So there's a lot of really great things. The Hibiya Park is right near there, as well as the Godzilla statue. It's pretty cool. Tokaichiya, this is the region of Hokkaido. Oh, you're gonna get some good cuisines here. This is East Hokkaido. This is Nemuro. This is, the biggest city here would be Obihiro, no? They have good wine and chicken, fish. They got it all there, corn. That menu looks pretty good. That's some good regional Japanese cuisine. Here's a sukiyaki restaurant. The price per person is not bad at all. That's about $15, but the minimum order is 2, so it's gonna be double that price. That's a pretty good deal though. Sukiyaki is awesome. It's a soup, then you take the meat and you dip it in raw egg. Oh my goodness. It is so good. We just had that the other day, but we cook it at home. It's, you know, it is 34 degrees Celsius or about 90 degrees Fahrenheit, but the humidity is way down. I'm still sweating, but nothing like I did about 2 months ago. So despite the fact that summer, oh, here we go. This is kind of a cool intersection. We're gonna cross over. This elementary school, this is the one where the kids had to buy Armani suits, like Armani uniforms. So that's kind of a trendy school. This is in my ward, so Leo could actually go here, but I'm not gonna pay $1,000 for one Armani suit for him. That's kind of a lot of money. Although it would make a pretty cool story. This izakaya is also fun to go to. I remember it cost me quite a lot of money. I remember the bill came out to about 6,000 yen, but that was about I don't know, 7 years ago? But it's open 24 hours. It has pretty good grilled seafood. I don't know if I get anything raw here. But it's a fun place because look at all the lights. It's underneath the Yamanote line. Yeah, that's right. The elementary school kids have suits designed by Armani. It's crazy. You could actually go all the way through here to Yurakucho. So a lot of people say in the middle of the night it's haunted. Wow, they put some tables in there. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. But the food wasn't too bad. It's fun in there. It's fun in there. Across the way is a, I guess it's the next one over. It's a Chinese kitchen now. Used to be a ramen alley, right? Now it's not maybe it's the one next door? Not sure, but they find ways to utilize all the space underneath the rail tracks here. All right, we're about halfway there. Just a note, because I am here right now, if you look up, this is the very famous Imperial Hotel. And I believe it's already closed down, right? They're renovating it very soon, and it won't open again until 2030. But if you are here and you get a chance, go into the lobby, which is on the Hibiya Park side, and you can see pictures of Marilyn Monroe and Joe DiMaggio taking their honeymoon in Tokyo. That's pretty crazy, right? They took their honeymoon in Tokyo, Marilyn Monroe and Joe DiMaggio, and they were swamped with the media back then. Japanese baseball was also very, very popular. The history of Japanese baseball, it goes back a long way, sort of with the US baseball, but it wasn't until Babe Ruth came to Tokyo in 1933 that the sport really exploded, because there was a pitcher who struck out Babe Ruth in Shizuoka Prefecture, I believe it was, in a non-official game, I guess it is. And that created such a big media stir. Baseball got really popular. Like, Japan could compete on the world stage during World War II when Japanese soldiers captured American soldiers. I guess there were a couple of movies about this, but the Japanese soldiers didn't know a lot of English, but they knew Babe Ruth. So they would say, F Babe Ruth. Thought that would get underneath the Yankees' skins, right? The American skins. He was the most famous person that they knew from the United States at the time. But that's all history now. Japan is one of America's closest allies, so. It's interesting, we have next to each other two German restaurants. This one is, this used to be a Bitburger restaurant. They only had Bitburger, which is a German beer. Now they have Erdinger. It's another German beer. You can get some pretty good food. I think this one was better. Oh, they still have Bitburger there. That's the one from Frankfurt, I think. This one, though, is the Hofbrauhaus. So they do have a Hofbrauhaus, which is the Munich one, with kegs of beer outside. The food is not as good. It really is not as good. But it's fun inside. I took Kanai there when we were still dating. It was fun inside. I had one beer and we got a lot of German food and that was good. But I've been to the Hofbrauhaus in Munich and that was so much better. But of course it is, right? It's just cool to be able to have that here. I'm gonna make a quick stop and go this way just for a second. Yeah, I like German food too. I like German bakeries. I like the sweets because they're super sweet. Austrian sweets are so good. Demmels on Graben Street in Vienna. Oh my gosh. I'm coming here for a reason. Does anybody know? Does anybody know what's behind this? Somebody knows. This, Kanai and I and Leo went here Tim Ho Wan, which is, I guess, Taiwanese dim sum restaurant. I think it's Taiwan. It could be Hong Kong. I'm not sure. It was really good, but a little pricier than Hong Kong and Taiwan, I guess. But it was. You're in Japan. I mean, you're not gonna find good dim sum in Japan, but they do a pretty good job. Yeah, Catherine knows. Marcus knows. He's right there. This is well, it's not new anymore, but it's relatively new. This is the Godzilla statue that came in about 10, 12 years ago. And it replaced the old Godzilla statue, which was more like a bust of him. Godzilla. It used to be right here. And it was just a bust of him with the old Godzilla logo and his hideous head. But they took that away. I think it was right there. And they put this in when they built this building, which is Hibiya Midtown, which is an amazing skyscraper. Great restaurants in here. Really good basement. There's a Caldi's, a Starbucks, a bakery, flower shop, a lot of really good stores. And across the street, you see a Hibiya Park where all the green trees are over there. I came here not just because of Godzilla, because I wanted to show you this. If you are in Japan in the next like week or two, you might be able to snag it. But this is the Tsukimi Mochi Baconator. Oh, you just saw it there. They put mochi in it. This is Wendy's. I'm gonna have to come here and try it because it's just so bizarre. But it's bun, meat, cheese, bacon, mochi, egg, bun, sauce, bun. And this Baconator is $9.50. That's a lot for that price. And Wendy's also has the reverse burger, which is 2 burgers and the good stuff inside. Actually, that looks pretty good to me. You won't see this much longer. The Baconator, baby, with mochi. I don't know. I think my lunch burger was a little bit better. I'll show this one again. I ate this about an hour ago. Two beef patties, bacon in the middle, and it was drenched in cheese and bacon on top. That was really good. I think this one was 2,000 yen though. There's my friend Roger. That was 2,000 yen. So I think, I don't know, that's about half the price. But it's got mochi. I'm curious. I'm curious. How good do you think that is? All right, then we're pretty much in Yurakucho. We're gonna follow. This 7-Eleven has a second floor where you can eat the food. So there's a cafe, a 7-Eleven cafe up here, which is interesting. A pretty good selection of foods. They also have a money changer. But I always feel like the exchange rate's not very good whenever you use a machine. Karaoke, anyone? Sorry, karaoke. Wow, we've come a long way in 30 minutes. We're almost at our destination as the Yamanote line buzzes us right above head there. A lot of these bridges dating back to the 1920s. They came from the steel, the metal that they were going to use in destroyers, ships. The West and Japan reached a treaty or something where they said they wouldn't build anymore, and they used that metal to help the city of Tokyo with the bridges and stuff. So you'll see a lot of really well-made bridges from back in the 1920s and 30s before the tensions really got high in the mid-30s. A lot of that infrastructure you can see it in the bridges that are crossing the Sumida River. A lot of those bridges go back to 1920s, 30s. Look at that! There's another German restaurant. What's up with this? It's like a Baden stand. This used to be where the, yeah, right there. This German restaurant now sits where the vending machine corner was, you remember? All the old vending machines were here. I can tell because I used to sit there, and there's a little electric meter. Remember all those cracks? And then there's Andy's fish shop. I wonder if Andy's still in there. He's one of the first foreign restaurant owners that I met when I came to Japan. I'm talking like decades ago, though. You can already see straight ahead one of the most iconic electronic stores in all of the world. If electronic stores are iconic, this one has been here for such a long time, through the bubble era, big camera, unchanged mostly, but all the buildings around it have certainly changed over the years, including on the left side, which is being torn down right now. This whole area going under the knife of urban renovations, urban revitalizations, I guess you could say is a better word. Because over there is the Imperial Palace, where the Emperor lives, just on the other side. That green area starts where the Imperial Palace is. And they're gonna be renovating, making this a really cool area, literally, because there's gonna be a lot of trees in this carbon neutral location, I guess. It's always good if they're, I'm always for cleaner air. I'm down with that. That used to be a restaurant up there. I don't even know if it's still operational. I thought that used to rotate. I can't remember. But there used to be a restaurant up there, right? Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached our destination of Yurakucho Station. My friend Roger and I ate the burger down that street at a place called Ale Works. I had a pink lemonade with my burger. Boy, it's gonna, if they ever lose the big camera, I'm gonna be a little sad. I kind of like that location. All right, this homeless guy, I've been making friends with him. Every time I go by, I say hi. He cleaned up his area, though. I wonder where he is. Oh, there he is. He's by the mailbox. There he is with the t-shirt. He's been saying, I come here all the time. He said, last time he goes, hey. I said, hi. You can hear the trains going above us. The last thing I want to show you, I heard that there was an Italian restaurant I introduced you to, one of the best views of the Shinkansen coming. I heard that it went out of business. I'm not sure if there's a new business up there. It's been a long time, but that was a great spot. They had 1,000 yen lunches. I used to go there all the time until they shut down. There's a Yoshinoya here. You can jump in for a quick meal. But this is pretty much Yurakucho, kind of the Ginza neighborhood. The foods are pretty pricey here typically, but you can find some like Yoshinoya beef bowls, and I'm gonna take you in this direction just a little bit more and show you. A lot of TV media do their stop and chats here. I get often stopped, very often stopped, but these days I just say, nah, nah, I'm okay. I got nothing to say. Me no Japanese, sorry. This building with the steam is one of my favorites. I'm gonna tell you a couple of things that might impact your reasons that you come here. First off, inside this entrance here, I'm not really supposed to film. Hold on, maybe I can sneak in there. I mean, I gotta show you something. that no one else has seen before. It's hard to know because if you're just walking around, you don't even know that it's in there. But Hakodate, which is in Hokkaido, there's a lot of people, maybe you can't make it to Hakodate. Well, you can get the taste of Hakodate right here. I'm gonna sneak in here real quickly and just show you. This is the Tokyo Kotsu Kaikan. And I'm not gonna say anything, I'm just gonna show you. Oh, すごい。
すいません。
あ、ココナッツもないよね。
ココナッツ夏の味なので。
あ、夏だけ。ああ、息子食べたかった。
あ、すみません。
ティラミスありますよね。
はい、ティラミス新しい味です。秋の味です。
わかりました。また来ます。ありがとうございます。Leo likes the coconut one. Did you guys see it? They have that lady also. I know her because I'm here so often. That's funny. That cheesecake is like a Hakodate special. Hakodate, but Hokkaido known for its cheeses. It's an amazing cheesecake. It's so soft and moist. It's very famous in Hakodate. They have a secret shop in there. There's like nobody knows about it. You have to be local of this area to really know about that Hakodate shop. And then they have the Hokkaido Dosanko Plaza. And inside here on the other side, you can get usually they have a melon ice cream, a Yubari melon ice cream. There's Furano. You can get a lot of the gifts. Right there, you can get a lot of the gifts from Hokkaido. That, including the Royce, right there. The Royce dark chocolate potato chips. Right there. You see them? I guess it's hard. It's hard to film. I don't want to disturb anybody. But they have the Royce dark chocolate potato chips, which are hard to find in Tokyo. You can sometimes find it at the airport, but if you've never had the Royce milk chocolate potato chips, you've got to get it. It is the greatest combination of salt, crisp, and chocolate. The dark chocolate's pretty good, but the milk chocolate, if you don't mind the insulin boost there, glucose boost, it's pretty darn good. Yeah, Royce is on fire. It really is. This Godiva bakery, very average. The only way you could eat it was if you had a reservation online, which is the voice app for Japan and Korea. It was the only reason you could eat the Godiva bakery was through like a line reservation. But now if you just go, they'll let you in because there's no line anymore. You can see. Brandy and I have been here before. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the Okinawa store, the antenna shop, and they have Blue Seal ice cream, as well as some of the really amazing tempura. You can get Goya champoru. You can get mango smoothies. Goya smoothie? Are you kidding me? Bitter gourds? I gotta try that. And you can get, here's a mango ice cream. What is that? What is that potato called? Satsuma imo. And mango and potato mix, sweet potato mix. And the blue wave is really good. And you get the more Okinawa cuisine here. It's good stuff. Blue Seal is such good ice cream too. So pretty much the walk I took you on, you can eat like all around Japan on this one walk from Shimbashi to Yurakucho. In that way, it's a pretty fantastic walk. I have very little English, very little Japanese around here these days. Hold on a second. Going across the street. There used to be a Kyoto store. I'm glad you asked about that. There used to be a Kyoto store across the street from Tokyo Station, but they tore that building down and made the Yanmar Tower. Now, the closest thing to the Kyoto store is in the basement of the International Forum. It's at the Lawson's in the basement. They have a small corner of Kyoto gifts, but it's not the same. I don't think Kyoto has a very good representation of a satellite store in Tokyo at the moment. But they used to. But I think they got so many tourists, they don't really want to attract anybody, nor do they really have to. People are going to go to Kyoto anyways. So there's no real reason to have a satellite store. But a place like Fukui or Yamaguchi or Ehime or, I don't know, Kumamoto, they maybe want to have a satellite store to get people in there. And Hokkaido does roaring business selling soft ice cream, just that. You probably make a lot of money just selling Hokkaido milked ice cream. All right, here we are. This is the end of the line for me. Is that the Yakult woman? That is. That is a throwback. You don't see that. Do you see the lady there? The lady with the cart? Is it here? Oh, right there. That's the Yakult woman. You don't see them. You don't see them as much. The Yakult lady, they go in the office buildings with their cart selling their little drink. This is a throwback to the Showa era, like the 1960s and 70s. The Yakult carts. That is so Japanese. I'm glad that they're still doing it. I guess was she waiting for the light? Or let's get a picture there. They used to go, oh, they have it there? They have it in other countries? They used to go inside the office buildings and then sell it to drinks to people, and the Yakult gave them a little power up. It keeps people healthy. Something in the bacteria, that yogurt type of drink or something. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. But this is like old school, right? Old school service where the lady brings you the drink and stuff. They don't have that. Like Mad Men, you ever see that? Like they have a old school 1960s service still going on in Japan. This is the free water point here. You can fill up your water bottles. I like that. All right, guys, I hope you learned something. You discovered something that was maybe interesting, something that'll make your trip to Japan a little bit better. In this area between Shinbashi and Yurakucho, I love this area. It's sort of my backyard, and I'm here quite a bit, if not for the burgers, for the Hokkaido stuff and the Okinawa stuff and all the stuff in between that we saw there. It's really good. Ginza Corridor is also a nice place. That Tofuro restaurant I would recommend as an izakaya to try every single piece of Japanese cuisine there. They got it all. All right, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I'm glad that you liked it, Oki Music. I'm glad that you're here. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. That's all oily. That's better. I actually have a new iPhone coming. I got the new one, I know. It's kind of expensive. But this is an iPhone 14, it's been a long time. Mike, I was thinking of doing an episode on R1. Leo's been drinking that stuff religiously, like every morning, and he hasn't gotten sick in a long time. There's something behind that. R1 by Kirin, I believe. Might be a good episode. But anyways, if you have any comments or you want to share a story about this area, the comments are always very interesting. You can go ahead and leave your comment below. I'll see you in the next live stream, probably tomorrow, as I take you to another area of this amazing country. Mata ne.